our work boxes. I'm just going to show a quick glance into our work boxes, a little bit of how we use them and set them up. We really like this Workbox system. It works well for our family. Our oldest is 7 and a 2nd grader, but age-wise he's a 1st grader, so it's reading. He's a little, I guess he's right on track, but not necessarily for a 2nd grader, so we call him 1st, 2nd, and then our kindergartner. Our first work boxes are supplies, scissors, glues, some cards for our daily board. On our work boxes, you'll see these have nice little, what is this? Batman, and it looks like maybe Sophia and some farm. We used those in the past, and we had 3 kids using it. Now I like to color code, so you'll see green is green, red is red. I try my best, so that's why they're not in order. And that's for all one kid. Drew has these nice little word cards, labels, but I can't use them because we have a 2-year-old. So first box is supplies, extra supplies, and color pencils and extra caps because we lose caps. So that's the first. So the first 4 boxes of what they do every day. Every day they have devotional. We use quiet time devotional, and everything they need for their devotional times in here. Drew usually has a Bible in here, but it's in the car, so we don't have it right now. He gets 1 worksheet per week. Abby's is 2 days, so it's Thursday, Friday. So I keep the original back here, just pull it out, put it on top. And when it comes to devotional time, I usually tend to pull most of their stuff out. Abby and Drew will grab their own handwriting and notebook, but for the most part I tend to grab from the work boxes, but they could easily grab it themselves. Next is our notebook. Notebook has our calendar, our geography for CC, as well as Drew has writing, and Abby has a letter of the week page in there. Abby also likes to hide some stickers away from some little hands. So our next, and I call this my 3rd box even though it's number 4, but it's the 3rd one we use. We have a reason for handwriting. Abby has kinder, and Abby these are sort of easy for her, and she finishes pretty fast. There's a coloring page. Sometimes she doesn't want to color it, and I don't necessarily make her. I make her do trace and do all the required tracing. So she tends to go through these sort of fast, so I have to watch her, but I just pull one out and lay it on top. I pull Drew's out. He's on handwriting T, which is a transition to cursive, so he has some print, and then he's starting his transition cursive lessons. So that's his handwriting, and the one thing they do every day is math. So here's our math. Drew is doing Section 2, Abby's doing Horizons K. Everything we need for math should be in here. I usually look over this, as we do math, I look over the next days before I put it up and try to put anything I need in there. Usually there's a clock, which it walked away. But usually there's a clock in here as well. Any cards that flashcards, Saxon uses flashcards. Any flashcards he needs to have are in here, and the ones for future lessons are somewhere else. So when it comes to math, I usually pull this whole thing out for Drew. For Abby, hers is a little different in that I really don't use her teacher's manual. The way hers work is I can actually teach off the worksheet, which is one of the reasons I really like this program. Saxon's very scripted. So I just pull out our sheet, I put any notes on a post-it note, and her hundreds chart, so that way we can count. And then if I need to, I'll have my teacher's notebook. So what I do for them, for these worksheets, for Abby, I only pull out about a week because she does tend to like to do math, and I don't want her to get too far ahead, so I usually pull about 8 or 9, so that way it gives us a couple extra for the week, and that's all she does for the week. If she finishes early, then we don't do math for a couple days, and that's fine. Drew, he gets one worksheet, usually some addition facts, and I keep about a month worth in just a red folder down here. So I typically do my lesson plans for the month, and so when I do my lesson plans, I'll make sure everything's stocked as needed. So next we have reading. Abby should be doing All About Reading 1, but we're not doing it very consistently, so I haven't put her activity book in here. because if she sees it, I know she'll want to do it. And she's almost there. I wanted to wait till January to start. Our 3-year-old is really showing interest, and so if he's going to be tagging along, I just want him to be a little older, and he turns 4 in February. So we'll add that probably in the first of the year. Drew is doing All About Reading 2. He's got his book in here. This is my teacher's manual, and again, I pull out about a month worth of activity sheets and put it in this folder for us. Everything we need I usually pull out and put on top. I usually don't have this book in here, but he's actually been wanting to read it, so I've left it in. So that's reading. Reading they do, well, Abby really doesn't do it yet, but reading we do twice a week because we do a 4-day week plus a CC class, and then on the opposite days of reading he does spelling. And I'll get to that in just a minute. So Abby's boxes are pretty much done. She does have this. We do this about once a week, and it's Confessions of a Homeschooler's K4, K5 kindergarten curriculum. It's really not enough for us to do over 4 days, so we tend to do it just once a week on Fridays. I keep this in here for any extra manipulatives I might need for that letter. And then whenever she needs some filler time or if she just wants to do something, I kept this. We got about through half of it last year. I don't know if you can see, about half. We used this as her preschool curriculum and we really liked it. And she's got a writing book underneath. What is it? Writing with Phonics. So we keep those in there. You'll see over here she still likes to do them. So we keep them in there for her. So pretty much Abby is done there. Those are her work boxes. So I'll continue with Drew's. Drew, for grammar, is doing first language lessons, level 2. This is a scripted program, so I read it to him. Anything he needs to write, I just got a composition book, so he will write in here if he needs to. Right now he's doing a poem, so that's what you see in there. We were doing writing with ease. Now we are not. Just didn't fit us. It's very similar, if I'm correct, it's written by the same person, or no, but similar setup, and it just was same but different, and I wasn't liking it, he wasn't liking it, so we're just doing writing prompts, and then either he says it, I write it, he writes words he knows. We just kind of play it by ear, just to start him to learn to complete sentences and capitalizations, and this covers a lot of those grammar things. So we're not doing a formal writing this year. So he does typically grammar and reading, and then he does spelling and writing on the other days. Come back to that one. So for spelling, he's doing All About Spelling 1. This does not have activity sheets, so I just keep, this is my teacher's manual, I just keep it in here. And all his cards are put away in an All About Reading box up high. So this is like his little tokens and his little sheet. And I have a folder down here that really shouldn't be down here. It should be up there. So I'll have to move that. But this has the extra cards that we may need to add. So that is pretty much Drew's. The one I did skip was their CC. What we do is we do CC on Tuesdays, and then for each day of the week we just dive a little deeper and review specifically one subject. So we're doing a little lap book, which we've never done these before, and they seem to really like it. So this is their English, and we do English on Thursday. For math, I just printed up some reviews that I found on CC Connected. For history, we do a coloring page, and for science, we do like a little craft is the best way to explain it. You'll see up there where they had to like cut and draw, and then this was cut and then paste and things like that. So, also in here is my topics review. It just kind of gives me ideas. That way we're not doing history every week. And tell me about yourself, tell me your favorite history, do a science, teach them something, do something on geography. So it just kind of reminds me like, okay, we've done a lot of this, just a reminder hint. So that's the last of their work boxes. Now these extra boxes here are pattern box. This is Ben's box, and he will come in here and he goes straight to his box. He knows it's his. I fill it with stickers every couple days that I just usually will cut them up and give them to him, and he loves it, keeps him happy. Ben's not allowed to have markers at the age of 2 unless he's completely supervised, so we have some Crayola mini twists. And my kids have been really big into these tracing things, so you'll see those, and then more of those, and coloring books. So the last one in here is actually Cole's. Cole is not doing official school with us. He is 3 years old, so he'll be pre-K next year, although he does hang with us and listen. I just went to the dollar store. He's got some sticker books in here that I got from the dollar store. This is a wipe book, and this is from our letter F. He didn't finish coloring. Anything school related I tend to put in here. He does have a notebook that matches the big kids sword. No, not completely, but it's in here. And then like he cut. They really like cutting. I have to hide it, otherwise they'd cut all day. So we bring it out about once a week, sometimes every other week, and he wanted to keep that. And then last, he's got his name that I just wrote on some paper, and I got these I think from Oriental Trading, and it's nice, you just stick stuff in and he can trace. So that is our workbox system. It has worked really, really well for us. It keeps me accountable, keeps things separate. I don't really have, this room has a lot of windows, so I really don't have a lot of storage ability here. So this works really, really well since I don't have that. And like I said, I'll go over some of the curriculum in a later video of what we use and kind of some samples, because that's what I would want to see. So we thank you for looking at our workbox video, and hopefully it gives you guys some other ideas on how you guys can use them for multiple kids. And you could put all these together. That could be another option if you had limited space. But we love it, and thank you for watching. Thank you.